Well, hello. Many of you know that Hurricane Helene made landfall in Florida on September the 26th, 2024. The storm would then pass through parts of Georgia and South Carolina and into the western parts of North Carolina and the eastern parts of Tennessee. Some places would receive a foot of rain while others received rainfall that exceeded 2 feet. This led to historical floods, and it destroyed many towns by washing out their roadways, flooding their homes, and destroying everything that the people owned. And the most devastating news was the news that there were many lives that had been lost. Today, we're going to look at one of those towns which is nestled in the mountains of North Carolina. The town is known as Marshall, and it is located about 25 to 30 miles north of Asheville. First, I want to show you drone footage of this town before the flood, in all of its beauty, in all of its tranquility of lifestyle. On this day of this drone footage, there was a beautiful sunshine. The river was at rest. Cars were passing through the town, and businesses were open and ready for their customers. But that all changed in the last week of September of 2024. What I want to show you is a videographer, and as he took video footage of the flood as it was happening in this small town.
Downtown Marshall, North Carolina. Right now, Hill. Waters at 23 feet. The destruction is unbelievable. There's the high water mark.
Now, I'm going to stop it there. You can see the high water mark on this building there. That is unbelievable. The devastating wall of water that just continuously pushed through this town of Marshall, North Carolina. Now, I want to show you another videographer. His name, I think, is Tony Mormino. I think he has what is known as, he calls it HVAC TV. I think he's on YouTube. And he is going to show us some of the footage of the water as it rushes over the other side of the bridge from where he stands. Let's watch his video.
You're on? You're on. So Tony Mormino here, Marshall, North Carolina. You haven't read the news, so that's not supposed to be happening. Small city, about 650 people. We live about 3 miles up there. Can you see it, Mason? Yeah. Can you see this? Zoom in on it. Crazy. So our office, Insight Partners, is right there. So right, go to the left.
I mean, can you see the wall of water that he's talking about here? Unbelievable.
That's where Sean and I are in our office. So not a good day for Marshall, North Carolina, that's for sure. Mason, get this footage over here. Get up here. We probably ought to get off this bridge.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good piece of advice at that time. How many of you would have been standing on that bridge? But you can see in that last image the picture of the water and how it's above the bridge, and it looks like I think it was creeping up more of the direction where they were standing. Just unbelievable, devastating images that are coming out of this, that came out of all of the footage from these mountainous towns. Now we're going to go to Tony. I think, Tony, one more time. This is, I think, a couple of days, at least after the water had receded, and him walking through this town of Marshall, North Carolina, and we're going to see just a portion of the video of what he's talking about, and shows us a little bit of the imagery.
All right, Tony Mormino in downtown Marshall, North Carolina, after this epic flood. So we are just north of Asheville, and I think our city was one of the hardest hit. Asheville was hit. Well, there's a lot of cities hit real hard, but Marshall is normally about 650 people. And this is the first time I've been downtown, so we'll give you a quick walk through here, Nate, if you want to follow. We're just going to walk through this downtown here. Apparently I wasn't here yesterday, but this mud was a foot deep everywhere. Wow, look at that. So I think step one is to kind of get this mud out of here as quick as you can.
And you can imagine if there was a foot of mud on the street, you can imagine. And in fact, if you watch the full video clip that he puts out there, you will see that this mud, it just destroyed the buildings inside there. I saw actually them shoveling it out, having bulldozers trying to move it to a section, a part of the town. It's devastating. The floodwaters, then you see the town. Now they've got to clean up. But here he comes to one part of the town that I want to focus on now, this important historical marker in this town. And listen, is actually the depot. And watch him as he comes across the depot, this historic marker.
Was this where the depot was? That's the stage? That's the stage? Watch this car, Nate. So if you look up online, the depot was an old railway depot, but they converted it into like a community center, and they
Now I'm going to stop it right there. I'll let him play it, just finish his words. But notice the foundation. It's all that is left. The wall of water that just pushed this building off of its foundation, and as it disappeared into the river. Nothing left except the foundation of this building. And we're going to look at that. I'll show you what it looked like before in just a moment.
They've been having dances there, and there's a guy playing a banjo and a bass and a fiddle. I think it's every Thursday, but they had a big dance, and a lot of the older folks come here and hang out. Wasn't a lot of young kids here, but it was like a historic thing, and apparently that's the stage of it right there.
So he talks about the stage being all that's left. He talked about how the older people would come in and play. They would have people to come in and play music, and they would sit around and enjoy it. But there were other things involved as well. About a year ago, I think February of 2023, over a year ago, PBS did a short little documentary on this little town. And I want to show you that image of only the foundation that is left from that depot. I want to show you what it looked like before through this documentary, and just comment to show you it was important to people, and they lost everything, and even the enjoyment of this place here. So let's look at this documentary, just quick pieces of it.
I wouldn't be anywhere else on Friday night except at the depot.
And notice, you can see, you just saw the inside of it. It looked really nice. The place looked well kept, clean. It looked really nice. And here you can see the picture of what it looked like before it was removed from its foundation. A nice facility. You can imagine the wall of water pushing. I mean, it would take an extreme, which we're talking about, an extreme amount of water to remove this building from its foundation, and to destroy it, and really to be nothing. No evidence of it left except of the foundation. But this gentleman, listen, he said, I would not be anywhere else on a Friday night except at this place. This was important to him.
The depot is a local cultural icon.
The depot is a community stage. If you say you're a band, we'll believe you and give you a 30-minute spot. Now, we've had some hard 30 minutes go by a few times, but not many.
And that's neat as well. If they're a community, it's a community center. If you say you're a band, a community band, or you could play, they allow you the opportunity. They would allow you the opportunity to get up there and for 30 minutes. And she said, it's funny that we've had some hard 30 minutes. In other words, there were some bands that were just not capable of playing good music, and so they had to endure that. But they let them play just out of being nice about it. I don't know if they let them play again, but irregardless. They did enjoy this place.
It's a family-friendly venue. It's a good place for the kids. They always have fun. And the audience is invited always to get up and dance. We have dancers that get up that are, one person comes to mind, she's 89 years old. She has her dance shoes on with the taps, and she gets right up there and clog dances with the rest and has a ball.
Isn't that neat that they allow all the people to get up there and dance? He was referring to an 89-year-old lady who would get up there and do that. You think about your life and how your life has not been interrupted by much of this. But for many of these people who live in these areas that were impacted, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee, they've lost a large part of their life and things that brought them a little bit of happiness. And it's sad and very disturbing. But
we have people from all over the place come here, and they'll ask me what a cakewalk is, and sometimes they think everybody's getting up to leave when it's a cakewalk. It's $1 a person. That's how we pay the light bill. And, we'll walk around the room, and when the music stops, you stop. And the number you stop on may be the very number that'll win you a cake. 5.
It's really sad that a historical icon like that has been destroyed, a place where they would visit and go and enjoy. And we pray and we give and hope that they are able to restore this depot to its maybe its once original position, and becomes the community magnet, the community center where they have the music and a little dancing and the singing or whatever they do and the cakewalks, because people look forward to that. And so let me encourage you to pray and to give to them if you're able to. I know you're able to pray, but give if you're able to. And until next time, take care.